Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Elizabeth Elenor with Pause, and it's going to be a really, really quick one today. I am up at my daughter's house in Sydney, where I will be living most probably for about a month. And you want to know why? Because the law of attraction sucks. You have to be aware of what you are creating. I'm going to go and sit down. You have to be aware of what you're creating when you're choosing things, right? And we're choosing desires all of the time, especially relationships. We're always wanting something better and more connection and love and all of these things, right? But if we haven't sorted out the stuff that's in the background, all of those limiting beliefs, and I'm being quiet because she's still asleep. I'll tell you the story in a minute. If we haven't cleared out all the limitations that are getting in the way, then it's going to distort the way we are creating, right? Now, I just did a little bit of this month in my Conscious Creator Mastermind. We are actually doing Law of Attraction, and I was talking to them about this last week. And if you're looking for a loving, supportive, engaged relationship, but you are haven't sorted out your stuff, and you've got baggage of wanting connection and love, and you haven't worked out. I'm holding the phone. Wait a minute. I'm holding the phone, and it's making it a bit hard. You're wanting a relationship, but you haven't sorted out all of the emotional baggage that you've accumulated from other relationships, then you can end up with a relationship that is very similar to the other one. Or, if you're wanting a connection, but then there's no, you might be getting the physical connection, but you're not getting the emotional connection, right? So you've got to be aware of what you're choosing. So I'd love for you to put #reflect and reflect on what's going on in your life. What is it that you're choosing when it comes to relationships, a partner, all of those things. Now, to tell you the story, full transparency, my daughter has been struggling for a little while with a few different things emotionally. She's in a mid-late 20s. And I think that I remember that's when I was going through all my stuff, right? And I know that that's when a lot of people are in their 20s as they're trying to work out who they are and all of those things, right? And so she's been struggling a bit, and she lives in Sydney, and I live in an hour and a half down south from her. And she's got a beautiful, beautiful marriage and partner. She couldn't wish for anything better, honestly. He is just so devoted to her, and she's devoted to him. However, she's been having some real struggles with her health and with her emotions. And a couple of weeks ago, maybe it might have been 3 weeks ago, she called out and asked for help from Mum, right? So I came up, and so I'm so blessed to be able to have her, I need my mum moments. And anyway, she came up, and I came up, and I saw that she was really not doing well, and I thought, I need a few weeks with her, maybe even a month, so that I can support her. I said, why don't you come down to Shell Cove, Shell Harbour with me, and we can really sort this out, and we can get you on track again, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she didn't want to spend that much time away from her husband, and you could see that it was the first time in her life that she was actually going, I might take this up from Mum, because, she doesn't always want to listen to me. She was questioning, I feel like I might need it, but she didn't want to spend that time away. And I, didn't want to intrude on their life, right? Well, On Friday, she went shopping. It's been storming and raining in Sydney for quite a while, up and down. On Friday, she went and did some shopping. She doesn't drive, and she had 5 bags of shopping in her hands and was walking home, and it was pouring down rain, and she went to go across the road and slipped on some non-slip pad things that were on the side of the path, and came down on her left knee an hour before the ambulance could come, and had surgery the next day. Broke her kneecap in 3 and shattered the top bit, right? And so she is now had an operation, went really well, came home. Mum ran up, of course, drove up, and Mum, me, now lives here for a month at least, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, maybe 10. I said to her, she said, oh, they're saying that it's 6 to 10 weeks. And I looked at her and I said, but they don't have an Elizabeth ride. So she is already finding that she's moving around a lot better. I've been doing all sorts of things, working with her. It's only been, I slept here last night for the first time, so hence I'm a bit groggy because, is going, waking up in the middle of the night because she needs to go to the toilet, which is a big ordeal, right? Because she's got a brace on. She can't bend her leg for at least 2 weeks. The brace is going to be on, all that sort of jazz. I forgot my pillow, so I couldn't sleep until about 1 o'clock. So all the things, right? Now, funnily enough, she said to me she had been dreaming a couple of weeks prior, a couple of times, about falling over and having to ring her husband and get him out of work. Funnily enough, her husband also that day had thought, I should tell Carly to get an Uber home, and he didn't make the call. And then he did ring her and say, why don't we do shopping when I get home? But he rang her when it was happening and she didn't answer. And so it was too late. Funnily enough, I had the thought when, a couple of weeks prior, how do I get a month with Carly so that I can sort her out? So all of us were aware that something was going on. All of us had intentions. Those two definitely would have been thinking, how can I help? Carly's husband would have been thinking, how can I support my wife? She's not doing well at the moment. Carly's desire would have been, how do I get out of this? What can I do to support myself? She wasn't sleeping well. She was emotionally having troubles and struggles. So all of these things coming together, she had the first option, she didn't take it. And then the second option happened, right? She's now, having to deal with this ordeal. And she said to me yesterday, I've been going through all the what ifs. And I went, all the what ifs, you can think about them till the cows come home, right? Now, this is where we're at. And so I want to ask you, what is it that you're creating in your life and that you're not listening to? What are the things that you're desiring, and the little nuggets, little cookies, we call them in Conscious Creator. What are the little cookies that the universe and your higher self is giving you that you may not be listening to? I'd love for you to reflect. #reflect. and tell me, maybe even give me a story. What's one of the stories of where you did listen to yourself or you didn't listen to yourself? And what is going on for you? This is a poignant message, right? I chose to share this for a reason, and you've chosen to jump on for a reason. So here we are, having to change our whole world, but looks like we're going to get the result we wanted in the end, right? So I want to ask you, what is it that you're going through, and what are you not listening to that you really should take action on? So that's me for today. I'm heading to give Carly her breakfast and all that jazz, and feeling very grateful actually that I run a business that I can do from absolutely anywhere. And blessed that I'm here for my little baby girl, right? Who really, really needed her mum in this moment. So take care. Enjoy all the things. I'll catch you soon.